What it do? We are back with another dope-ass episode of the Homies Podcast, Pimp. Thank y'all for tuning in again. If you haven't, please go take the time to hit that subscribe button one time for your boy. It is much appreciated for everybody that has been showing love, reposting the shit, talking about it, talking to your local crackhead about it. I appreciate you, bro. I love you for that. So, I took a little hiatus for a little bit. It's going through some personal shit. Lost a personal friend as of recently. So, took a little hiatus, had to refocus, but we back. And in the sadness of all that and the silver lining I guess I tried to find in that was you don't know when your time is up, bruh. You don't know how long you got. You don't. And even with this podcast, I just want to apologize to everybody. So I feel like I've been bullshitting with it. And it's really just life. But again, that's no excuse because everybody that does this shit got some shit going on. So just wanted to tell y'all more content is on the way. The homie, we have set it up for the homies hotspot, so that definitely will be coming before this year is out. I absolutely promise you, and the places are all going to slap. They're going to be homies podcast certified. It's going to be the shit. So look out for that, bro. But I got the homie back with me today, and got Black Rob in the house, man. Say what up to the people, bro.
What's good with your folks?
Yeah.
Back in the building.
Yeah.
My boy invited me back, so, you know, I had to show up.
Yeah.
I wasn't really all that bad. That's what the haircut, or lack thereof, is for, so I'm going to just go ahead and ask for an excuse for that.
Yeah,
y'all people know me. You know I would never come on TV or internet anywhere else without a fresh haircut, but
we can get that in post, my nigga. Don't even worry about that. We can edit that out and shit. We'll give you the shag or something, my nigga. You feel me? Be all
up the shoulders a little bit, take the stomach in.
I was thinking about doing the same shit.
I took a kickboxing class the other day, so I'm working on that. Don't worry.
You feel me? We gotta get right, bro. You gotta get right. Summer bodies are made in the winter, bro.
You ain't gonna lie.
You feel me? So, and everybody else that I've been talking to about coming on the episode, y'all are coming on the show. Y'all are definitely coming. Georgie, Ken, Devin, Kyle, all them, y'all are coming back through, bro. So look out for those episodes too. But I had to have you back home, bro, because there's a lot of fuckery.
You want to talk some more fuckery, huh?
Yeah,
some more fuckery.
Some fuckery and foolery has been going on, people. And, of course, the Homies Podcast had to address it. And who other better to do it with than the homie Black Rob?
Fuckeryologist.
Yo, so I was looking, so the other day, I don't know if you saw this, bro, but, so I know I said this on previous episodes, I wouldn't talk about this shit no more, but goddamn it keeps coming up, these motherfucking vaccines, bro.
Man. So
New York just, a judge in New York appealed some of the COVID shit, and people had to, basically they had to rehire workers that they fired for not getting the vaccine, and they got to pay these motherfuckers back pay. And I think it was particularly in like the trash, like the sanitary, like trash bin sector. Yeah. So, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like they backpedaling, and do you think we're gonna see more of that shit start to unravel?
I think we should see more of that shit happening. Like in the moment, you felt like that's what you needed to do. Mm-hmm. Cool. Was it okay? I don't know, but the court obviously said it wasn't okay. So,
and now
they should get their money and they should get their jobs back. I'm okay with that. I feel it's like that's just in a way. Mm-hmm. In a way, I feel like that's just. But I also felt like when people wouldn't sign these things, especially like people in like healthcare and mm-hmm. places like that, where like honestly, I felt like you should have more of a community or a community healthcare mindset mm-hmm. for people who are like nurses and they're like, no, I don't want to get a COVID shot. Mm-hmm. Yet you're running around with all these people that have COVID. Yeah. It just didn't make sense to me, right? So when they were like losing their jobs, I felt bad, but it didn't make sense to me. But when the sanitary people are, they're gonna get sick one way or another. Like they're out in the snow working every day and whatnot. Like whether they get a COVID shot or not, they're gonna go down. Or it's not like they are doing life care with somebody who doesn't have COVID and they're going to transmit. They're
just not in close contact with it.
They're outside, whatever it would be. I don't feel like that's a job that you should get fired for because
you don't have a shot.
Because you don't have a vaccine. So
And that was the part that made me just feel weird about the shit, even when it came out. And to anybody that does that, I'm not like, fuck you stupid. Like, no, man. Like, if it's what you felt like was safe for you, like, do what you felt like was safe. Yeah. So I just didn't like the bashing and the separation that it was making in the country. Like, it's like the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. Even how the media was treating that nigga Kyrie Irving, which is like, I feel it's like, how the fuck can y'all demonize this man and say, hey, bro, like, you trying to put everybody else at risk, you're not being a team player, cost a nigga bread, but then we come out a year later and say, oh, never mind, you don't need a shot.
Correct.
And also,
it's just like the weed thing. You have hella people locked up in jail. But
now motherfuckers making millions off of it, and it's like, oh, it's cool. Like, are you gonna let those people out like today? Like,
but
right
it's all
now?
behind a certain system trying to make somebody an example. Kyrie was made an example of, and
because you're a nigga that does not follow and that's why I was telling a lot of people, I'm like, bro, you don't understand how some of these people move because y'all are not. And again, I'm not in this position either, by the way. Like, Kyrie Irving is stupid paid. So people are like, how the fuck can you not play? You losing this many millions. This nigga's like, I signed a $200 million shoe contract, bro.
Right.
This is my third or fourth my kids are fucking good at
to shit this off for a minute.
If I don't fucking ever touch a basketball again, I am more than good.
And I feel like that's the stance you should take. Like, if you don't want to take any shot and you don't want to go along with that road, then you should ball out like he did and be like, fuck y'all. And then on top of it, I'll never play another damn basketball for y'all ever again. I'll go play for Germany before I play for y'all ever again.
But then a year later, something that affected my body forever is now you're saying a year later to, oh, it wasn't, you don't need that shit. It's like, so did we fucking need it in the first place?
Well, I don't know if it's you don't need that shit. It's more like you don't need that shit right now. Because
he still don't have the shot. Just let him play.
In the way in the beginning, and I didn't take anything since. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I didn't need to take anything since. Like, people around me being getting sick. I got sick one time. I felt like that was another vaccine for me. And then other than that, I was going to live life type of deal.
And like Kyrie hasn't been, he's not vaccinated still. But he's like, you're playing in the league.
But Kyrie don't need to be vaccinated. Kyrie doesn't need to be Kyrie.
You good enough to where we don't really care about that shit.
Certain motherfuckers in this world can just be them. Mm-hmm. And
because he's good enough at what he does,
and they have the resources to do so. Mm-hmm. Like, you have like people who are like the sanitary people. Mm-hmm. They don't have the resources to say fuck you and walk away from a job.
Yeah,
you know.
You need that.
Hence why you have to go to court and go get your job back and get paid. People like Kyrie have money in the bank, and he can say, all right, well, I'll take a season off then if that's what you want to do. And they do.
And then they know, then they start saying, oh, our attendance is down, damn ticket sales.
There's consequences for all actions.
So it's like, all right. It's like, even though the billionaires are like, we can wait this out longer than you can, but Kyrie's like, I'd never have to play again. And
he was like, I'm not trying to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to live a good life.
And that's the shit I feel like that's scary for billionaires and these people that deal, because they know, like, when we're going to hit you in your pockets because we're going to hurt you. But when you took his money and Kyrie was still like, I don't care. They were like, oh shit.
Hold on. On the face, that nigga was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, on Twitter, that nigga was like, I don't care. And on, like, Instagram. But you don't know what that nigga really felt in his heart.
Yeah.
You know, because we all niggas at heart. And
yeah, I'm sure it still stinks. Yeah, Buddy's still Buddy.
He had to make some life choices and whatnot. But I feel as long as you make your life choices, like, in agreement with who you are and what you really want instead of for someone else, then you'll always win. So I feel like the nigga won then. Like,
and you still
winning.
He's still winning. So it's like,
still winning.
And he's like, you ended up doing it. Like, you didn't have to get a shot. You still getting paid and you still playing. It's like, like you said, you winning. But another little thing that made me be all weird about that shit was so I don't know if y'all seen this the other day, everybody, because again, certain news that they suppress, it don't tell you. You know about all the ratchet, stupid shit going on World Star, but this shit just seems to slip through the cracks.
Which is all important, okay? Which is all important. TikTok every 60-second video. If y'all don't go down the rabbit holes,
I'll be on the toilet, nigga, legs going numb to the motherfucker.
Stay away from he nigga can't even walk off the toilet because of shit. Stay away from TikTok. It's crack cocaine.
Your real shit. This shit is crack is better for your brain than TikTok. PSA.
You ain't know why. That's sad.
Oh shit.
That's some true shit.
Pfizer, bro.
It's less addictive than probably.
You said what?
Crack is probably less addictive than
real shit.
TikTok.
Nigga, like I lose my phone or do something, go on social media. Like there's no way I want to smoke crack as much as I check my social media. You'll die.
He said no.
Like, yeah.
That's funny.
Pfizer, though, the company that was leading this shit and saying, oh, you guys got to get vaccinated. If you're not the person to get this shit, you're hurting other people. So the other day, the CEO had, it was in, I think, London. It was, you know, they have what they call Parliament or whatever that shit is called.
With the wig.
And they were asking them, like, yo, so basically y'all are saying now y'all vaccine never helped against the transmission of it. So basically the stopping of getting it and the giving it to somebody else.
So like a water shot?
Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, he admitted it. Like, yeah, we knew that it didn't do that. But you were promoting it like that.
Shut the fuck in.
Y'all can look this up. If I'm bullshitting, look it up.
The link that this
we're gonna
put in the video.
Look it up. It is. I was looking at this shit like, is this real? So is this nigga gonna go to jail forever?
So what did he say it was then? Like what was his?
They didn't go more into. They were just basically saying like it didn't fuck with the transmission. Which is
from
that's
one person to another.
Like whether you get it, whether you not. Yeah, if it's not, it's like wearing a condom, but you can still get AIDS. It's like, well, fuck it. If I'm crap shooting, nigga, I might as well take this bitch off. What are we doing out here? It's like
that sounds like just fraud.
Yeah,
it sounds like fraud.
And to even more add on to this, because I know a lot of you conspiracy theorists, motherfuckers. Like, I'm not one of those type of people, bro. To me, it's like, if enough things add up, that's truthful.
2 + 2.
Yeah, like, how many things have to add up to where it's no longer a conspiracy theory, people? Like, is it 2 things, 3 things, 4 things? Like, what is it?
It just has to become a fact.
And you just said that sounded like some fraudulent shit.
It sounded like some fraudulent shit.
So how many people know back in 2009, these motherfuckers had a medication called, it was like, spelled as DEXTRA, like Dextra or Dextra or something like that.
Dextra.
So I'll put the shit on here because I know I sound retarded, whatever that is, but I'm pretty sure I spelled it right. They basically got sued because the FDA was basically saying, nah, man, this shit ain't safe. So you got to stop promoting it. You got to take it off the shelves.
And Pfizer made this?
Pfizer made it's an anti-inflammatory medication. And these motherfuckers was like,
not anti-reverse actions or had
some fucked up shit. Yeah, just think about this, people. This is the FDA, the people that approve all types of fuck shit in your food. All types. So it had to be, I'm assuming, some pretty fucked up shit.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. The FDA approved that shit.
You feel me?
My nigga, come on now. This is the FDA we're talking about. FDA approved. What's the shit that got all these white kids out here in the street? Cause acting like zombies. Opiates. What was the name?
Oh yeah.
The Purdue family and their oxycodone and all that shit. FDA approved that shit. Black labeled it or whatever they want to call it. I don't know, some shit. I watched the show about it, but they approved that shit. The FDA is sketchy. It's not sketchy. They just about their money. Their money. Like,
and these
right people,
you can get anything passed. And these niggas was like
the size of like
nah.
And
so how
vaccine shots that don't do shit.
And again, I'm not saying that they don't, people. Because again, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. This shit. I'm just asking you, like. And again, they got sued for this, and it was for $2.3 billion. It's the largest healthcare. They lost.
Like they owed it 2.3.
Yeah, the 2.3 billion. And I had it broke down to like it was actually ended up being more than 2.3 billion after like all the different fees and shit. But
and these are the reasons why people have their skepticisms that they have because of shit like that.
Shit's sketchy, bro.
I don't know. As a black man in this country,
I just never trust
I question everything anyway. So,
yeah, You just have to.
But, you know.
You have to live with a little sense of paranoia.
Some things I don't go with, but I would never trust just because something's stamped FDA. Mm-hmm. Like when I go buy meat and it says FDA, USDA, or whatever.
There's nothing for it.
That means nothing to me. Yeah. I might end up getting a Kroger ban. just cause. Like, just because it's stamped with a USDA or an FDA stamp. I don't trust that shit.
Trust none of that shit. And then people don't be going to jail, though. It's like, okay, so if that really does come out, basically they say these vaccines didn't really do shit. We kind of just pushed it. It's like, how is that not criminal? That's like biological. That's almost like biological warfare, my nigga. Like, and then I'm like,
they'll never go to jail for it.
Well, and when will the media ever get sued for their play in pushing shit like that,
or not pushing shit like that, leaving shit out, or pushing one thing over another? But I don't know. You said it happened in 2009, right? Mm-hmm. 2009 is the year of the internet still, so there had to be a whistleblower somewhere. And if there wasn't, that means the whole company there wasn't anybody good. Anybody ever rotten to the fucking core. That means there was not one whistleblower anywhere. Or there was a whistleblower and they paid that motherfucker off. I don't know. But
shit is sketchy.
Things like that happened in the year of the internet really make me think that there is that puppet master out there. Because there's no reason why something like that shouldn't make it to the news.
Yeah. Or it'd be like a big thing in the news.
Yeah, it'd be a big thing in the news, correct.
But shit about, shit that's like dividing people, because that shit, anything about dividing people, violence, black people getting killed by the fucking cops, we're gonna blast that all over the news, because we want you to feel more divided, we want you to kind of feel scared of the police, we're just reinserting all these things. But I also
feel like some of that shit, I feel like in this country, things move according to that puppet master, and I feel like the puppet master was like, okay, we need to get some black people some more like leverage in this country, so put all the truth about what happens out there, let it show a little bit more, and then because along with that comes action of the government somehow or another, which means it's intended. There's an intent for putting that on there, and it's not just to divide. Maybe it's to divide and keep the black folks even more down, even though we think I don't know. But if you're gonna look at it towards the puppet master way and the direction of the media separating, it's all done for a reason, and I don't think it's just to divide us. It's to push us in certain directions and keep us
in that direction.
Keep us correct.
Yeah,
like Lindsey Graham keeps talking about Herschel Walker and trying to put a black man in the Senate or something. He doesn't want to. Democrats don't want to put a black man in the Senate because they don't want to see a black Republican. And I'm thinking in my head, like, there's hundreds and thousands of black people in this, or black politicians, not politicians, but professionals in this room that they can look up to. Why does it have to be a politician? And it's because they're doing the separation thing. Now they're trying to separate the black Republicans from they'll divide you down to the core.
Exactly.
To the core.
Right?
And
it's the same shoe shit, man. Divide and conquer, bro. So, yeah, that's
the media for you.
Yeah.
That's
and that's why I don't trust these motherfuckers, and hopefully one day they get sued. And that's why we have places like the Homie Podcast, bro, so you can get that real
I feel like
shit.
if it's not broadcast from someone's basement.
You feel I don't trust it, nigga.
I'm kidding.
You feel me? But we don't want to bow, just keep talking about that shit, you know what I mean? It's other things we got to do. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just do your research, look these things up. We're going to have links and shit, and I'm going to have articles of some of this shit too, so you don't have to go too far to look it up. But yeah, just tell me what you think about that shit. Hit my comment box. I want to hear what the fuck y'all say. But don't use the word just use jab or something, because again, I don't want these shits to get screened.
You can't use the word vaccine?
I don't know. They be on some weird shit, bro. They be blocking people's shit and all that. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So some other shit I wanted to talk about. But I want to talk about, but I really don't want to talk about. We got to talk about this NBA season, man.
Oh, the start of the NBA season in your boys.
Yeah. So why don't Lakers ass cheeks, bro? Like what the fuck?
I'm gonna tell you this. I ain't watched the game yet.
It's good for you, bro.
He said, "Good. You ain't missing shit.
You ain't missing fucking shit."
I have been reading some shit, but I ain't read nothing about the Lakers. Your boys suck this year.
Tremendous. Like
last year,
it's worse, bro. Like it just makes me be like, what the fuck is going on? Who constructed this team? Who thought it was gonna work? LeBron has never won with a lineup that, like, the lineup doesn't. So I'm like, what makes you think now in year
I was about to say, do you think
20 this is gonna work?
Do you think that the age has something to do with?
And it does, but it's like he can still go get numbers. You feel me? It's like
more of a system.
of course, you know what I mean. He needs, as he always needed. It's kind of always been like his little knock to me. You've always needed some other superstar, not just like a good player or like, nah, bro. You need a fucking bona fide all-star superstar type motherfucker to go get it. But yeah, you need 3 and D dudes. You need dudes that first we need shooting.
He needs a team, is what you're saying.
Yes.
And he's not used to needing a team.
Specifically, he needs shooters and dudes that can play defense. That's what the Lakers need. And it's like, none of us, I think I have homies that can outshoot. I feel like some of the dudes are like Russell Westbrook is getting this, and again, this ain't all on Russell Westbrook. I feel like it's more on Rob Pelinka, it's on Jamie Best, it's on LeBron James, because you approve and say who comes to these teams and who don't.
Yeah.
And Russell Westbrook went 0 for 11 the other night. That means that man shot 11. So if I take you to the park and now say, Rob, for $47 million, I'm going to give you 11 shots, and you got to make one of them motherfuckers.
One?
You got to make one.
If I make 2, then I get a double, because I probably end up making 5 or 6.
You feel me?
And
again, I know it's an NBA game. I know it's different, but it's like, bro, you are a professional. How are you not? Shooting jumpers is just about going and getting the work in. It's not no special talent. Like dunking,
it's just
that's a special. You kind of have to be tall enough. You have to be athletic enough. It's like, can't really, either you got it or you don't. Like,
yeah. But
shooting is like, you can get nice at that just by going, just go light that net up, bro. And it's just like, that makes me know, like, you're not doing what you need
so
to.
You don't think he's more on the partying side or something right now, and he ain't
or just like
the athletic side?
You're either not motivated, you're either not, you don't like where you are. I don't know, because even if you don't like where you are in the NBA, it's like, nigga, playing bad, you're just dropping your stock.
Yeah.
It's like, no, even wherever I'm at, if I'm not happy with my situation, I'm gonna go out here and ball out.
Do you think he's trying to get traded?
Oh, he's gonna get traded.
But do you think he wants to get traded?
Shit, at this, which is even more ass than niggas from LA. So I would say no, because he's just from there. That's his hometown. But it's like, yeah, because it's like, that must be very uncomfortable that you don't really feel comfortable walking around your own city, because, you know, niggas gonna be like, hey, nigga, you suck, guys. Why you out here getting pizza? Why you in the fucking gym?
You out here eating pizza?
The fuck is wrong with you? Out here being happy in life. You can show ass in the gym.
That would be harsh.
Yeah.
That would be some shitty shit. Yeah.
In New York, I'm sure LA, like, those are the places I feel like, well, the people will definitely tell you some shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Those are the places you're going to get, like, the harshest of the truths.
Yeah.
Right to your face.
So I'm just like, I don't, yeah. So we're probably not going to make the playoffs this year. The highlight of the season is probably going to be LeBron passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's going to be, I thought that was the mission for the year. That was
for him.
Everybody's goal was.
Yeah, and that shit's trash.
And to get him back.
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck about that. Like, Lakers fans don't give a fuck about that. Like, we don't care, bro. Like, no, nigga, we care about rings over here, bro. We don't care about your fucking personal accomplishments and all that. Like, the only reason we give a fuck about Kobe's is because that nigga won us 5, bro. So, yeah, we care about your little personal accolades at the end. We care about you dropping 60 at the last game. We care about that. And he won his last game, by the way, and he dropped 60 points. He shot 50 shots. But you understand what the fuck I mean, though. He went and got his, though.
He's going to still earn his keep.
Watch LeBron's last game. He'll be passing the ball. And, it's just disgusting. I can't wait for him to retire, bro. And shut up for all the people that's like, oh, my God, you're going to miss him when he's gone. You're gonna disrespect greatness while he's here. No, I've been watching that nigga for almost 20 years. No, I will not miss him. Yeah, I'm watching. There's a lot of players that...
You're cold-blooded in this moment right now, huh? You're going hard on this old man.
Yes. Fuck that. Like, LeBron is a great person outside the court. On the court, I do not fuck with you, bro. You do a lot of weenie shit. on the court. You're not as good as people say you are. And I'm willing to debate this shit with anybody. I'm going to go on ESPN. He is not nice like people say he is.
Nigga trash.
Yes. How many nigga you've played? You got 4 championships. You went to 10. You've lost 6. You've played with 6 of the top 75 players of all time.
It sounds personal. You met this nigga one time before, huh? He was signing shoes or
some shit, yeah.
I'm telling you.
God damn. Like, I wouldn't even ask the nigga. I wouldn't even ask the nigga for an autograph. Like, no, bro. No, bro. If I saw LeBron in person, I would be like, bro, please get either retire, nigga, go back to Cleveland and retire there, or figure out the way to get this fucking team. Trade Anthony Davis, you're trash. I don't know what happened to you. You're fat now. You don't move well. You're getting hurt all the fucking time. You soft as Charmin. You're only as good as your ability. Get your ass right. Get the fuck. Oh my God, I'm sorry, bro.
This is good. I feel like you had some shit on your chest that you needed to
did.
off.
You feel me?
You've been holding this shit in. And I feel that you feel better.
I got. If y'all can see, I got my man Magic. I got Kobe. The shit is real out here, bro, with the Lakers shit. And it's just that shit saddens me just to see. Is like we probably won't. They said
but everybody comes. I think everybody. What's homeboy's name that won't retire from football?
Tom. That nigga he threw his whole career. You saw his nigga got divorced. That nigga said football over homeboy.
Didn't the homeboy take his girl or something?
Oh yeah, he was trying to. Damn, if AB take your bitch, like AB's rich, right? Like even with my girl, like if AB took my, I would feel because AB is like, even though you're rich, you're kind of retarded, bro. Like you're a little, you like if so, you know what I mean? Like don't disrespect the man's game. Just when I hear you talk sometimes and I hear you do shit, I'm like that.
I can't deal with this man.
CTE might be like, but again, I'm not real. No, I'm not talking shit about AB. I'm just going off of what I've seen, Brad. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, but they just won't say it. I'll say it. It just, I get those vibes from you. I don't get like you're gonna sit down with him and learn some extraordinary shit.
He's a person who has extraordinary physical and athletic ability.
Absolutely,
and
he's a
his mental ability. It may not be what you're saying, but it may not be something else either.
Yeah,
but it's able to enjoy life to the fullest.
Yeah, that nigga has way more money than me.
Nigga,
so
I'm not mad at the fact that he runs around being the 16-year-old grown man that he is.
Yeah, you feel me?
I would do the same.
You feel me? Because I
can't. No responsibilities except for some children. That when you're 16 and you have all the money in the world, you just go have fun with your kids.
You feel me? Disneyland every day.
Every motherfucking day we on a boat.
You feel me?
And he would do it.
Bruh, we gotta come back and we're gonna take a quick break because we're gonna come back real quick and we're gonna talk about some shit that I really want to get in and ask you a lot of shit about. So y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all go get some popcorn, go take a shit, do whatever you need to do. Come back here with the Homies Podcast. We'll see y'all here soon. Take a quick commercial break. Peace. We back at it, people. Hope you didn't go far. Hope you still tuned in to the Homies Podcast. And again, if you haven't, go hit that subscribe button one time for your boy. I'm here with the homie Black Rob. What up with you, Jim?
Welcome back. I hope you washed your hands.
Right, you nasty son of a... Anyway.
I ain't saying all that. I hope you washed your hands.
Yeah. So we got, again, another subject that I didn't really want to talk about, but we are going to talk about because everybody's been talking about it. And I think it's a little deeper.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, a little bit. And it's Kanye, bro. Yeah. So, what you been thinking has been going on with that whole situation, man? What do you feel like it makes you go Kanye right now?
Like, remember Kanye back in the day?
Yes.
Like Gold Digger.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember like the whole college dropout? That was
like
that was like a movement in my soul. Let me tell you.
Graduation came out. You gotta graduate, bro. High school. Like
those are good albums.
Good albums, bro. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Is it the Kardashians? You want to blame them? You want to blame Kim? You think he'll hit his medication, remember?
Something is going on.
It's really, truly sad. Because that man means a lot to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And for him to destroy himself the way he is, it's either one mental disease or disorder or whatever. And I don't know if it's that. Because I feel like you can have a mental disorder and still purposely know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Right? And it has nothing to really do with your mental disorder. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's making conscious decisions to fuck his life up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Is he not trying to pay child support? Is that what it is? Like, you ain't got billions of dollars, you don't pay hundreds of millions of dollars in child support? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it's crazy.
Right? It's like one of those things where it's like, some of the shit he said, obviously, I'm just like, this nigga is... He's on the deep end, and of course everybody points back to everybody points back to his mama, of course, you know what I mean. And when that happened, and everybody's kind of like, that's when the shit started really being more evident.
But wasn't that when he decided he wasn't taking his medication no more? Wasn't that when he said that he wasn't?
I don't even know. I don't know what medication the nigga's on. I don't know.
I thought he said it. I don't know. Don't hold me to it.
Yeah. And some of the statements that he said, even when he said slavery is a choice, like when he did that shit on TMZ, it was like...
What did he mean by that? Can you explain that slavery is a choice shit?
I'm not assuming what Kanye means at this point, because I can say something to this nigga go on something a day later. When he said it on TMZ, it sounded... just racist and crazy as fuck.
Like if you was any other color in the whole time,
you would be like, we gotta beat this nigga up. Like, if you see him, you're black, you'll see him and punch him in the fucking head. You can't fuck with the black folks no more. But he was on Joe Rogan and he like explained it in detail, and it was like, that's what you meant? It was like he was meaning it like he was saying, this is what he said. Okay. He said he meant it in like the sense of like, no, bro, once you sign that job, once you sign that contract, once you are a slave now, you are giving away something. He was like saying like that, and that's what he was like, that's why slave, but he's like, you don't have to take that job. You don't have to do that thing. That's why slavery, he was like, slavery now is a choice. And I was like, that's not in the context. I feel like you said it when you said it on TMZ.
Correct.
So I was just like, I don't know about that, bro.
But that's because he likes the whole shock value. He likes being that guy that says slavery is a choice, like type of shit, like white lives matter, like, and then explain yourself later and try to explain it off as something good or righteous, and
on a deeper. And on a deeper note, if he was again, on a deeper note, everything is a choice. Yes, all those slaves, yes, they could have jumped out the boat, they could have killed themselves, they could have tried to kill. Yes, so it's like it's a fucked up choice, but yes, it's still a choice.
It's technically a choice, but
so it's like
it's a choice of life or death.
Yeah, so it's like it's the hardest choice to make. So it's like
not a black person in this world could ever really understand that choice.
Absolutely not.
Like it's not. I don't know. No. It's
unimaginable now.
Correct.
You feel me? Like,
but there's people all across this world this country who get kidnapped and stay with their kidnapper because they choose to. But is that really a choice? Like they've had.
Or you mentally fucked up.
Mentally fucked up.
Yeah.
Type of deal. Like there's a lot that goes into someone choosing to spend their life as in servitude in the harshest conditions ever, instead of slitting their wrists. I'm pretty sure a lot of slaves slit their wrists after choosing quote unquote to be a slave. Right. Then they chose that. I'm pretty sure that happened often. So that's a whole nother discussion. But Kanye isn't that. He doesn't have that discussion. He doesn't go down that road. He just says
a blanket statement.
Yeah. He just wears a jacket that says White Lives Matter. He just goes out there and says he's going to demolish Jews. Like, that's...
And this is, again, I'm going to say this, and I don't want to say it into the defense of...
I think I called them Jews or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's appropriate.
Yeah, the Jewish culture. Even here, we don't have no disrespect to the Jewish culture, nothing like that. But, again, some things have been tickling my fancy when it does come to that. I don't think Kanye is as crazy as people are making him seem. And we have seen this before with even Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle never actually. This is crazy.
No, but the media made him seem like he was fucking crazy when he turned down that third season and he went to Africa to actually smoking crack.
I think black people made him look crazy.
And even on Oprah.
A black person in this world can understand why he turned down that. Money. But that man had reason.
Even Oprah was making him was like, yo, like, what the fuck is up? So
Oprah was like, man, what's wrong with you?
Exactly. So I was just like,
I'm a billionaire. You got to fuck this.
Exactly. But with Kanye, it's like the same shit. It's like, he kind of, in a retarded way, he kind of proved his point when he was like, yeah, these motherfuckers run everything, they do everything, and you said the wrong thing, and now what happened? They are snatching every fucking
they're not snatching. They're not. Let's take that back. Mm-hmm. He's giving away everything. Yeah. He's not out here sitting at home and said that, whatever he said about Jewish people, and then went home and said, I'm not apologizing for it. That's not why he's getting all canceled. This man's getting canceled because he's repeating. He's like, oh, you wanna get mad at me for saying whatever I said about Jewish people? Well, listen to this, and then listen to this, and he just keeps saying shit, and he just keeps going more and more and digging it because that's what it's like.
But and a part of it, again, no disrespect to Jewish people, I agree with him.
I agree with some of the stuff.
Me and her was looking. Me and Simon was looking this up last night. Yes, it's like
there's certain facts that are.
Yeah, it's like they control. There's only 5 major studios in Hollywood. All Jewish people mostly own.
They make movies about this shit.
Yeah, like
they let you make
the music industry. Like they make and even that interview with Lear Cohen and Dame Dash. Has the media not tried to make Dame Dash look like he's the craziest nigga on earth? But he was like, yo, Lear Cohen's a fucking culture bro. He's the one that fucked up Rockefeller. Then Charlamagne the God had an interview with Lear Cohen, and he said, nah, if I have that shit popping up here. He said, Charlamagne was like, yeah, man, if you're saying that all this bad shit for the black community is bad, why do you sign artists that promote that shit? And he goes, well, I got families to feed too. He's like, it's opportunistic, and he's like, and that makes me mad because it's like, so that's all you think black people can do?
No, it's not. It's all that they will allow the black artist, his type of black artist, to put out. Yeah. So if I can eat, then
it's like why can't you sign more artists like Toby? Toby the Wingman, he doesn't. Yes, he has.
But honestly, if Toby's hell dope. Yeah. But for the masses everywhere, do you think he would sell like the baby?
Mm-hmm. It's like that is a part of why that shit sells a lot, and because that's what we've been fed our whole lives. So correct. That's what it's like fast food. It's like if you got rid of fast food today and our kids didn't know nothing about it and they just ate healthy, they wouldn't want no cheeseburger and none of that shit.
That only gets her son like milk or water. Like the nigga don't even know. Like he also don't really like other stuff. But I was thinking in my head like, if you never know it, you will never miss it. Yeah. You will never ever type. So it's the same type of. But unfortunately, that was the recipe from the beginning of this country. Was to keep black people in a certain box, and they've never really wanted to change that recipe. They want to make the box a little bit bigger, maybe put a little wrapping on it or whatnot. But they don't want to change that recipe. And changing making Toby a mainstream, the baby, putting him on tours and promoting him like that would start to change the recipe. Right? It starts to change the way the black man thinks about himself and about his circumstances.
Even somebody like Drake. I always tell people, I fuck with Drake, he's a great artist, but the reason why he's as big as he is because he is the safe nigga. Yeah, you see, does he bother you too?
He irritates my soul.
He's also part Jewish, by the way. I'm not connecting these dots, people. I'm just saying. He's the biggest art, but does Drake ever talk about anything positive for black folks? Promote? He doesn't talk about no political shit, nothing. He doesn't touch on it. It's just partying, having a good time, getting money. You know what I mean? Like, bitches wanting me. Like, I don't talk about any of that.
But it goes back to, like you said, to the Kyrie thing. How we were talking about Kyrie had amassed a certain amount of wealth so that he could stand on his principles. These rappers, I don't know if they're amassing enough wealth to stand on their principles, or if they just don't have principles. They just want to make their money, and that is their principle, type of deal. And no matter, I can understand like eating shit and having to deal with some shit, so that you can get to a point in life that you can then hand out the shit, and then like, you know, I can now be the person to give orders. But when you amass some shit and you still just in it for yourself and not for others, that's a lot of rappers. That's a lot of rappers out there who just continually put out unconscious. That's what I'm calling music. Right? They just perpetuate, like you say, the violence, the bitches, the hoes, the multiple babies or baby mamas, and the whole non-family. Like, why would you have a family type of deal? It's stupid.
Yeah. Like, give me fucking family. But then only people that raps about having a wife is old Jay-Z and now Toby.
And that's because his wife is Beyonce.
Yeah, you feel me? It's like, I rap about it because it's a flex. Right? Like, you know what the fuck I'm sleeping with tonight?
She sing about me and I rap about her.
Right? And what's even more crazy, speaking of Kyrie, so you know Kyrie's in some more shit. Speaking of Jewish people, going back to that. Nigga, bro, I can't make this shit up.
This is never going to make it to any mainstream.
Kyrie, the owner of the Nets, is wanting Kyrie to apologize publicly. This came out yesterday or the day before. I think it came out yesterday. Kyrie Irving's promoting a movie that used to be a book, and they're making it into a movie, and it's called Hebrews to Blacks. The American Struggle, or something, or American Rise, or Black Rise, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm misquoting. I'll have it again.
So is Kyrie? Does he believe? Do you know if he believes that black people are true Jews?
I would assume by the promotion of this, I'm assuming that's probably what his beliefs is. I don't know though. I've never heard.
So this owner is really trying to put him out there. He's really trying to stretch him out.
And the owner is like, I think Chinese. He's the co-owner of Alibaba.
He was Jewish too.
No.
He's assumed the owner was Jewish. My bad.
Yeah. And he's like wanting Kyrie to come out. He's like, we're gonna talk with Kyrie, and we don't want to have anything or any movie that's promoting hate speech. Now, again, I haven't read the book. I haven't watched the movie, so I don't know what they're talking about or what it is, or if it's historically accurate. I've heard things about that before, saying that black people are the original, Jewish people and shit. Like I've heard, but I don't get into that because I don't know the details of it.
If you read about it in the Bible, I'm not saying that I believe that at all. I'm just saying if you read about it in the Bible and how they describe the Israelites and the things that they'll go through in life and whatnot. To the second.
Sounds like black people.
It sounds like a black struggle.
Like a motherfucker, right? So yeah,
a lot of people struggle in this world. It's not just the United States. The Bible doesn't just apply to the United States.
Yeah, but I also feel like the black struggle in the world is very unique and different than a lot of other people's.
It is.
Yeah, it's weird. And I've always said that. I was like, if the main people that you're trying to keep, if black people ruled the world, it will be heaven on earth. And I 100%.
You sound like my dad.
Because it's true, bro.
You sound like my dad. I love black people, but black people, come on now,
bro. Think about it.
I love me,
bro.
It would not be heaven on earth if I was in charge.
Think about this. We don't have natural fucked up ways about us. I feel like a lot of the things black, bro.
That's my people.
No, I'm saying I'm saying
the
most of the shit that black people do that is fucked up that I've witnessed in my life is usually conditional. You came from a fucked up or broken household. You're around violence. You're in an environment that was
fucked up. Talking about black people around the world, though. You're talking about black people.
Yeah, and I'm only speaking to America right now.
Because I'm just saying, people around the world are people.
Yeah, you feel me? I can't speak.
People in fucked up situations, they're gonna be fucked up people.
Yeah, exactly.
And the world is a fucked up place.
Yeah,
so.
and that's what. And so with that, I'm like, damn, I forgot what the fuck I was like getting.
Good, because you were saying some shit.
I'm saying I just really believe black people our struggle is unique.
It is very unique.
And even with that, I just don't. I guess I can't speak for the world and everywhere. But even if we speak for the world, it's like what continent is more raped, pillaged, used, mistreated, not giving a fuck about than Africa?
When you say the black experience is unique and the black struggle is unique, I agree to that, but I agree to it worldwide. Worldwide, 100%. The color of your skin, and if it's a certain color, means something, and somebody will judge you upon it. You could be white and go anywhere in this world, and people won't judge you upon your skin the way they would judge someone that is brown. Even in other cultures, correct. Even if you're Mexican, if you're a darker Mexican, you get treated different than lighter Mexicans. If you're a darker Asian, like Cambodian people, like, yeah, you're a darker one, you get treated different than the lighter ones. It's like, yeah, shit like that. Like you said, it's like, yeah. So, I don't know. Like I said, like you said with the shit with the Bible, I don't know that story in particular, like in detail. I've definitely heard about it throughout the years, but I'm like, I don't know it. But I don't know. Like, these people could be onto some shit, and if it is real, those would be the main people that wouldn't want us to find that information out, right? I feel like we are the kings and queens and like gods of ourselves and of this world, and they are keeping that shit in a box like there's a key to it. Yeah. And they got that shit buried deep somewhere. And so you don't, like, I 100% believe, like, yes, it would be, going back to, it would be heaven on earth, because think about this, bro. If you think we enslaved white people 150 years ago, and we just gave them rights to vote, they wouldn't try to mass kill. Like, the fact that black people don't mass kill white people. That's their fear, though. Yeah, the fact that we don't, the fact that we haven't done it. Think about, there's not even any major mass black killers. The fear is, like, honestly, I think the fear is one day we're all gonna wake up and understand. Like, this is some bullshit. It's the scary shit. We're just all going to rise up. And why do you think they went so hard at the Black Panther Party? We got the Ku Klux Klan and all these other organizations that we know have been around, but we went tooth and nail to make sure the Black Panther Party was fucking dismantled. Because yes, that shit. That was a dangerous. Conscious movement. That was conscious. When you have a consciousness to it, and you have anyone that puts a conscious, like, when you're the spearhead to a conscious movement, you're probably gonna get killed. You're probably gonna get dismantled. You're gonna go, whatever it's gonna be, because they don't want consciousness within our community. And going back to be busy. And going back to what I'm saying, if black people ruled shit, I definitely think, because again, I don't want to go there. I do, bro. We don't have a violent nature like that. Think about, name me 5 mass black killers that you know. Let me ask you this question. Mm-hmm. If you go back to the beginning, I don't want to say the beginning because it wasn't the beginning, but to like before slavery, and then like some boats pulled up, right? And instead of pulling up to like Africa, the boats came from Africa, and then they pulled up to like Europe. And they hopped off and they took all these white people, and then because I don't know, I don't know many civilizations that were born without a workforce, without a population to be used, one way or another. So, black folks hop in boats, go to Europe, hop off boats, grab a bunch of Europeans, put them on boats, take their asses back to Africa, take them off the boat, and they say, "You gonna work for us?" And these Europeans are like, they know freedom because, you know, they've been running around the dirt and the grasses and the forests of Europe. And they're like, "Nah, I don't want to do that." You know. And black folks were like, "Yeah, you are." How are they going to get the Europeans to work for them? They're just going to let them go? Because you already took them. You know? They're not going to enforce their will upon them? Or do you think they're not even going to hop on a boat to go because they're not explorers? You enforce their will. They ain't do all that to get you here. I'm saying I don't feel like slavery wasn't harsh and all that great stuff, but I feel like if they were going to do it, that was the only way you were going to get the country built the way you needed it to be built. Same way Rome was built, same way Europe was built, same way the kingdoms of Africa were built. You got a population, the same way Egypt was built. You got a population, you had to enslave them because no one wants to work for free.
Mm-hmm.
So black people were in charge.
And even
we would enslave your asses too.
And even that, it's always been a lower class. But even that, like when they try to convince me that like slaves and shit built the pyramids, I'm like, are y'all fucking retarded? Like that, even that is like
slaves didn't invent or build the pyramid.
Fuck no. Anybody that thinks that, I don't mean this to be rude to anybody that thinks that. I think you're not an intelligent person. Do y'all understand the mathematical genius that's gone into building that? You think a fucking slave built that?
No. I'm not saying they weren't assisted. I think if you look at history, it's like overnight there was like formulas. Mm-hmm. There was ability that wasn't there before. Mm-hmm. I think the hands that built those pyramids were human hands. Mm-hmm. Now the architect to it, I don't know if that was him. That's a whole nother fucking rabbit hole. Mm. But the hands that built those pyramids, I feel like they were human hands.
Black hands.
Yeah, well.
And even that, even that story, the alien shit, I almost feel like, yeah, we're going to tell y'all that it's aliens because we don't want you to think that niggas can be this smart.
Who else would have done it? Besides niggas, there's only niggas in Africa.
But this is the same people that say that Jesus, Cody Christ, came from fucking from Egypt. And you know what I mean? But
I can't get mad at white people. Like, if you got in charge, okay, like once again.
But these are the
if white people had all this genius, right, and we didn't have any genius, and then we took, like, over... And we're supposed to now like give them the credit. That's not how it works. White people do that. They gonna whitewash everything because they want credit for everything. Like
exactly.
Type of deal.
So we understand. I understand the savagery, but it's like we didn't do shit like that.
We didn't have. I think the only part that my father got me on was the fact that we, like just like the Native Americans, it isn't in our nature to first not welcome you. Mm-hmm. You know, we will chop your head off, but we will welcome you first. And that was the.
We ain't no bitch. So yes. So yes, man. White people. What are you saying? White people are devils.
White people aren't dying. I didn't say white people are devils. I'm just saying, like, when you let the enemy in, and you don't know they're the enemy. The wolf in the sheep's clothing. They gonna eat you from within, and that was. I feel like that was the mistake of. A lot of the Africans, a lot of the Native Americans is like you were welcoming. Mm-hmm. That's something that is of our people. But I'm not saying like our people want you to welcome you in and then you did us dirty that we were just going to do this, continue to let you do this. No, we're going to fight. We're going to fight back and whatnot. And if we were in charge, I feel like
shit wouldn't be as. I'm not saying people won't be corrupt. It wouldn't be as fucked up.
The savagery that happened during slavery was like really unmatched type of shit, and I don't think that would happen within in black charge. Like if we decided, or if the world was flipped, reversed, I don't think we would have been as savage with our ways.
We couldn't be. It's just like we just don't have that in our nature. Like we feel like we learned that. Like even how wild we are now, it's like man, that's a learned behavior from me. Like in the hood, like nigga, I'll do this. Like nigga, because you scared, cause and you know this like you on some weird shit. It's
I feel like we all got a warrior inside. You know, you all got that because even back in Africa, you had a tribe. You know, you had land, that territory type of shit. Don't. Mm-hmm. That's primal type of shit. You know, that goes back to primal. So like we all got a warrior inside. It's just these days we directed our own community, right? We've been fucked in the head so much.
Exactly.
So,
bro, we gotta talk about this next time too, bro. But anything you wanna say to people before you get up out of here, bro?
No, I'm good. You know, check me out. I'm trying to hop on these hotspots, so make sure you hit your boy and tell him you want to see me on the hotspots. I'll be out there.
Yeah, this homies hotspots coming soon, bro. Again, I appreciate you coming through again, man. We gonna do this again soon. Y'all look out for all these new episodes. Again, hit that subscribe button. Go tell all your people, tell everybody in your community, tell your old folks home, the crackheads, everybody. Go holler at the Homies Podcast. We'll see you again next week, pimp.
Subscribe button.
Peace.